So, Chuck, do you want to see De Jong if it means nobody else is coming, or if the option is everybody else in the positions of need that you've identified, but then we miss out on De Jong? Is that rather what you'd like to see? Do you want to see the numbers, or do you want to see the one quality player?
I definitely want to see the numbers. As good as De Jong is, I think we've got too many holes to plug, because fixing that one spot leaves so many holes. I mean, you just said that Arsenal are further ahead in their rebuild than United. That's because you guys have got sure starters in certain places, and you just want to add certain bodies here and there. But with us, we're not too sure who's our right back or our left back. I want Maguire out, but Lindelof is not quite the answer, and we've got Varane who still needs to prove himself. So back four is still not really consistent. In the midfield, Bruno was firing, but then who else? Because Fred sure improved, but he still got steps to take in terms of being one of the best in the league. And there's no one else really, because McTominay is not really up to standard. Van der Beek just came back from loan. We look up front. Rashford had an off-season because of injuries and whatnot. Sancho still needs to integrate himself into the EPL. There's just too many things happening for just one player to sort that out. So for me, I want to have the numbers. I want to have the bodies, especially if we take advantage of the players who are available for free, players who are on the last years of their contracts. I think with the De Jong money, we can actually capitalize on that.
Never did I think that I'd hear Manchester United would just want to be the pickings, like vultures. Like what is available for free,
we need to look at the Juve.
We can exploit.
We need to look at the Juve blueprint. The kings of the free transfers and the players on the last years of their contracts. They're getting Rabiot for free. Paul Pogba, as you just mentioned, they are the kings of that. They're lining up with, Dybala's left for Inter, but they're lining up players who are on the cheap. So I think if we take a leaf out of their book and then get numbers and add quality to that, then, because I mean, we talk about depth. And if we just have one player and he gets injured, we're back to 2021-22 Man United.
So for me, I'd go for De Jong. And my reason for going for De Jong is, how many De Jongs are there? Because if you miss out on De Jong, right, who else is 25? And yes, we've seen him struggle at Barcelona, but you and I have both watched him at Netherlands, and we rave about him. You know, this is the guy you want, especially with Ten Hag coaching Manchester United and him identifying that for my system to work at its ultimate peak, this is the driver. You know, this is the engine. And he knows the coach knows him, he knows the system. He's the guy.
But sometimes you just need to wait a season. I mean, when you get that story of the fax machine being broken for United selling De Gea to Real Madrid, if you wait one more season, Courtois is available. You know what I mean? And he's the next best thing. But I think with Liverpool having the midfield that they have, find the added Thiago. There aren't really guys who are running and trying to be contenders for the Ballon d'Or in that midfield, but they're winning titles. And so if he's playing that total football and that idea of tiki-taka, surely the collective can make it work more than just that one pivotal player. I think we can find a way around it.
But with the Liverpool, for example, they have a best in his position contender at right back. They have the best in the world at centre back. They have the best in the world at right wing, right striker, whatever you want to call it. So they already are stacked, and they got lucky with Trent, you know, because he came up from the development. Paid top dollar for Van Dijk. Paid a reasonable amount for Salah. No one was checking for Salah. We didn't even know that Salah was going to turn out to be this guy. But even now, with them then signing Salah to an extension, is because when I look around, there isn't another guy who is a high volume goal scorer on the right with his left foot. You know, yeah, you can go get a Gnabry or whoever the case may be, and they can play on that side, but not quite replicating what you want from Salah at Liverpool. So you look at what you mentioned, like Real Madrid then did get Courtois, but Courtois was right there with the hair. You know, I don't know. I really don't know with regards to the coach, the situation, and the player, if there is a more perfect signing for this coach's first season. Also at the age that De Jong is at, and you can then build around him. So, man, I know, but I mean, do everything to get him.
I see what sways you, because if you look at another club who's taken the Gareth Bale experiment, it's Chelsea. As soon as Hazard left, they signed a plethora of bodies in there, but no one's quite sparked it up and actually had a decent season. Not Havertz, not Pulisic, not Ziyech, not, all of those bodies are still trying to get something going together. So I see that one side of that, but I think if you get decent players who are there for the long run, people who are young as well, you might be able to body that gap, because ultimately what Ten Hag is bringing is a system.